All right. Hello, hello. Welcome to this session where we're going to talk about money, financial systems. It's not just about, the money, but we're going to go deeper and wider, going to discuss how financial systems work, different parts of financial structure. And gonna go deeper in understanding how we play, like who are we in that big massive structure of this big system, right? And how we move from this victimhood survival mentality into abundance and unity codes and higher consciousness. And we're gonna go into that parts of everything. And Lenочка is with us today. Um, she can introduce herself to you, but she's been in finance for quite a while, experienced her, creating her business and from a different mentality and transitioning into this new consciousness and like living through all the transition and how it is showing up in our lives, because we can talk about theory for a long time and can say we can meditate on money, we can like, oh, I'm just bringing this flow of abundance. And truly, from personal experience, it may work a little bit, but it's not going to work permanently. It's just not going to work. And it all depends on your level of embodiment at the time you do those practices. But in general, those practices that do work, but what's important is your level of embodiment of those frequencies. So today we are coming not from just energetic species that, oh yeah, we're gonna, imagine the flow of money, we're gonna visualize that, we're gonna feel that, but we are going to talk also about physical steps, like physical choices, and bringing awareness in different parts of your life, and how how we can establish that connection with money, with financial systems through our day-to-day life journey. So we are going to merge spiritual and material as we did with the style. We're gonna do exactly the same, and however it unfolds, we don't always know 100%. We have a template, we have a plan, but how it unfolds, we don't know. So thank you for being here, and I'm going to give the voice to Elena to share her wisdom and knowledge.
Hello, everyone. I'm really happy to be here today. Really grateful, Eve, for this opportunity to be as a student and as a speaker in this course. It is another life-changing course for me, not just in theory, but in everyday life. And let me tell you a little bit about my journey. I came here 19 years ago on the work and travel visa. Met some person, saw the opportunity of the country, decided to stay. Being in my 20s, it was a very, easy, was a very exciting decision, but then things got a little bit different than I planned. But through my journey, I was working like all kind of different jobs. I came here first as a housekeeper, then I used to work on donuts manufacturing. Then I went to university for first for English, then for accounting degree. And what I was always realizing that the job that we have, like regular job from 9 to 5, is really limit our life source, like our life energy and what we can do in life. I was working in one big American company as a senior accountant, and it came to my understanding that my job was done, all of my work was done by 12 o'clock. And then I have to stay and pretend that I'm working from 12 to 4. And that's when the first call of awakening to opening my own business came to me, because I realized that I'm just wasting my lifetime in this job, even though there is a stability. I get my paycheck. It's guaranteed that I get my paycheck unless I get fired, of course. But it's, it's easy, secure. But I also felt like my potential is so much more. And that's when I left the company, and universe helped me there, because there was some small conflict that pushed me to open the business. And again, our consciousness knows what is better work for us, and sometimes in our life some events happen that we can take it as a negative, but in reality that's what we need to move forward and go to the next step, go to our growth, evolve. And sometimes it's hard for us to say goodbye to something or do this first step, so the universe is always helping us. And right now on your journey too, especially after this course, if some of the things that you're not sure how to approach, what to do, always ask, and your spirit will help you and will guide you. So I left my job with the notice right away on the next day, because there was some conflict, and I understood that that's something I will not accept, the way how the people treating me. And it was pretty much telling me that I couldn't take day off on the new year, even though I requested 3 months in ahead. And I was always like telling that the new year is very important holiday for me. I can work any other holidays, but the new year is my holiday. So when I felt like they didn't hear my request and request me to work on the new year, I felt like that was a final drop. Besides that, I was bored, I was not growing, it was not interesting job for me, and even though I request some additional task, so that was kind of like a final thing that I understood. So I no longer can stay. I was still in, I think I just graduated the university with accounting degree, but I had experience already working in accounting and tax firm. So I left my job, and the new year I started opening the new business right before taxes. So it was very interesting experience. Now I have my business for 15 years, and my business grew. But at some point, until the last year and until I went to the spiritual journey, it was kind of the business got to the point that it didn't grow anymore, and I stopped growing. It was comfortable enough. I had enough money, enough wealth, and to grow more, you have to push yourself. And sometimes we feel comfortable or scared, or we have some fears that trying something new, we're going to lose the wealth that we have. But my spirit pushed me again. And last year I was merging. We merged with 2 other partners in the business, and that's where other experiences and other growing processes started. And I will share through the presentation today my personal examples from the life, how and where expanding our mind, expanding ourselves, growing ourselves is helping you in everyday life. And first of all, when we talk about financial abundance, the first thing what we all think is money. And I want you to think what kind of feelings that you have, and whoever is live right now, you can share. When we talk about the money, what first feeling or emotions do you have when we talk about money? If anybody wants to share, we can hear what people feel or think.
You guys can share in comments, and we.
I can say, if it's okay.
Yeah.
Before, I felt a lot pressure and a lot stress. It doesn't matter. Usually when for me need spend money, but it's example for easy for me to spend money for my educate course, but it was hard to spend money for myself, like some more expensive things, dress or something. And
you enjoy the money, right?
Excuse me?
To enjoy the money. So you could earn the money, but you couldn't enjoy the money for yourself.
Yes, money it was for me when I was realized something, and for me need this money. That's it. It was like I want to save to my life, I want to protect from something, no, that's it. But I changed my way for money. I try more enjoying it. And the more I try to change my reaction for money, the more life open for me these opportunities. And I'm sure our session is one more opportunity.
It is. And, honestly, I'm glad that you already overcome the point, because I noticed that no matter how rich you are, and I work with many different clients with many different businesses. I'm in the business for accounting and tax services, and now we are opening the new advisory services for the businesses. But I meet with different clients who make $500,000, who make 10 millions per year. And I noticed that everybody have the same fear. The people who make $500,000, they have a fear that they don't make enough money. So they're gonna run out of money in their business or in their personal life. So the money will finish. So it's some kind of limited source. The clients who makes a lot of money, now, if they work a little bit, they have ability to spend ourselves. But that's another tendency that I noticed, that even though you have a lot of money, and I was there by myself actually too, until last year when I worked with Kate, I didn't even realize that I have this program that, yeah, I make all of that money, but to buy something for me, beautiful, exclusive, or expensive, I'm like, I'm in the process of losing weight right now. So let me buy something cheap, and then I will buy something more expensive later. But in reality, when we dig deeper, it was like, I don't deserve this pretty and nice thing, But other clients that I noticed that who makes a lot of money, they have no problem to spend the money on themselves and buy too, like, very expensive. Then they buy too many things. They over consume because they try to replace certain feelings with material products. And that's where you can think and feel, where are you with the relationship of the money? Some clients who make a lot of money spend a lot, then they're afraid how to protect the money. So if we think about this money feelings in a relationship, a lot of people first trying to earn it, then they're trying to not to spend it too much, and then trying to save it and protect it so they don't lose it. Sasha, I think, texted that it's a luxury, freedom, and that's the feeling that we want to have. We want to have the feeling that the money is not the limited source. Again, with the balance of respect, not going to the different extreme that where we start spending too much and we not counting our money. But I want you to kind of feel, where are you with the relationship with the money? I want you to see if you have that fear that you're gonna run out of money. Because in reality, in everyday life, we depend on money. We need to pay mortgage or rent. We need to take our kids or ourselves to different classes, courses. We need to buy clothes. We need to buy food. So the money is exchange that is necessary for us in our life. But we don't want to be in the fear and the survival mode that we're going to run out of money and we have to do things that we don't want, but we need to do that in order to survive. I want you to, and that's where we're going to go a little meditation. I want you to feel what relationship you have and try to balance that out. I want you to close your eyes and imagine the ocean of wealth, gold, and abundance. And that ocean is yours. I want you to look at the horizon, to the left side, straight, and to the right, and see the infinity wealth. infinity abundance that is yours by the birthright. I want you to even go deeper in this ocean. Touch it, feel it. And the money and financial channel is like a warm energy. I was trying to do the real firework, but things got in the real fireplace, but things got in the way, and I have the fake one behind me. But I want you to feel this money channel. And the money channel is like a warm energy. It's like a fire. And I want you to go in that warm ocean and soak in it, float in it, play with that, enjoy it. That ocean of unlimited source of money, unlimited wealth is yours by the birthright. And I want you always to remember that feeling that you're always going to have enough. You're never going to run out. If you're looking for different opportunities, they will be open up to you. But try to, and it's hard sometimes in everyday life, but try to feel from what feeling you're doing, especially like if you do your work, if you run your business, from what feeling you do that. Do you do it out of fear that you need to earn money? Or out of pleasure, joy, because you're interested in what you do? That's something that I want you to kind of reconnect with your feeling and see how are you acting in the everyday life. I want you to connect with your ocean of wealth. Feel it, soak it, play with that, and let go of the fear that you will lose the money, that you will run out of them. Let the universe lead you to your wealth channel. That's something that the feeling of the financial wealth and abundance is always with you. And another aspect that I want to touch, that every time when we think we grow spiritually, that a spiritual and material, they don't go together. That we have to, if we grow spiritually in our journey, then we have to let go some of the material things. Or we feel guilty that we want material things. That's a myth. Spiritual and material growth go together. More spiritual growth you have in your life, it's going to be kind of materialized in the life. And that's usually comes, the true divine spiritual growth come with the true divine growth of wealth and money. So that myth that we have sometimes, that, you know, the reject the material goods, that's something I want to dissolve today. With that warm ocean, with the fire, wherever you feel you needed to dissolve that myth. And try to even burn that program that you don't have enough money. Like, try to even imagine burning that program that you're going to run out of money. When we also come to money, I want you to think about allowing yourself new material goods. Think about think about your dreams. Our dreams expand our mind a lot. My daughter was playing with her friends, and she was looking at my Amazon account, and they were doing this game. She said to the kids, "What do you want for Christmas?" And then she started telling what that she wants, even though she was not buying that. She was just adding to the cart on Amazon account. But I could see how she freely can go with different things that she wants, because she knows she's not going to buy them, but it doesn't stop her from dreaming about them. And I noticed how the other kids were saying, "Oh, this is too much, the price of the item. This is something else." And my daughter kept telling, but we're not going to buy it. We're just playing the game. What would you wish to have for Christmas? So I noticed that how we even limit it sometimes in our dreams. We don't allow ourselves to dream bigger. And I want you to dream bigger. I want you to think about things that you want, material things. A year ago, when I went through the very deep spiritual growth, I realized that I want a bigger house. I felt like in my house where I live right now, I'm suffocating. And I sit with me and I connect with me and I try to think, because some things can come from ego, right? Even though we grow spiritually, our spiritual ego can grow as well. But some things you can just feel the call for it. And I realized that I want a bigger house just because I want to feel more free. I want to experience the luxury in everyday life, not only when I go on vacation and rent the house that I like, but every day when I wake up in the morning, I wake up in the house that I love. And the house that I had, I purchased myself after second divorce. And that time I was a little bit limited with the sources of financial, not just in life, but in my head, because my survival program was, okay, you're going to be paying by yourself, buy the house that you can afford, and you're not going to worry about the mortgage payment. And that time my mortgage payment was $1,900. When I start looking at the new houses, the market changed and the interest rate from 2.8 went to 7%. And my mind told me that I'm just crazy and I'm losing my mind because it is more safe to stay in the old house. And I said, okay, maybe my mind is correct. Maybe that was a spiritual ego. I let the go idea of getting the new house. But then every day when I'm waking up, I understand that that's something that I want not from my ego, but from my life, from my everyday life. That's something that I want to ground my spiritual growth in everyday life as well. And I started looking for a new house again. And the house that I found and what I purchased a year ago, it was around $1 million. And when I look at this house, I entered and understood that's the house that I like. I want a lot of land, even though my mind told me that who's going to take care of that land? You know, you're not going to cut the grass by yourself, and that is a lot of land. Then my mind tell me that again, I'm just losing my mind because my new mortgage payment will be $6,000 instead of $1,900. But I remember that feeling when I entered in the house, a lot of lights, and my old house was very low ceilings, not a lot of windows, and it was always felt dark. When I entered the new house, I felt the air, I felt the light, I felt the light, and I couldn't let that feeling go anymore. So when we put the offer on the house, even we tried a couple of other houses before, we were rejected, but we were rejecting our offer because I was also not really ready to trust the universe, to trust myself that I can actually afford this house by myself. So with this house, when I was already grounded with my decision, we not only got approved, but we also got 50,000 decrease in the price of purchasing, because at that time it's happened that there was no any other buyers, and my realtor negotiated the price and they decreased 50,000 for the purchase price. And when I went with this purchase, first 3 days, of course, I didn't sleep. I was so stressed. But then I realized one thing, that if I'm not going to buy this house right now, I'm probably going to regret. And if I buy the house and I cannot afford it for some reason, then I can always sell. So that eased my mind to go for this purchase. I felt very strong spiritual call. But again, my mind is so strong. I'm in an analytical business and it's all about numbers. So I needed to again, not to fight with my mind, but I needed to ease the mind so it's not going to be stressing out and it's not going to be feel like overwhelming. And I also realized that it's up to me how I'm going to make those payments. I can go through the payments that, oh my God, I'm not going to survive, or I can start looking for new business opportunities in order to make those payments for the house. And those new business opportunities lead me to partnership, and those new business opportunities lead me to investment property in Deep Creek. And I don't regret about my decision. And I realize that dreaming big, truly from our heart, is going to lead you to your growth. So when we think about limiting money or when we dream, I want you to dream big. I want you to, if you dream about new house, just go look for the house that you like. Just be there in your body, in presence. Just walk in the house and feel how it is, how it feels to have the house that you love. Maybe you're not going to be able to buy it right now, or maybe whatever is going to be in the future, but I want you to expand your mind. I want you to walk in this house. If you want a new car, I want you to go to the dealership and drive the new car of the dream that you want. Because it doesn't cost anything, right? We can go and see the house that we love. We can go and drive the car that we love. It's free. But we're limiting ourselves, telling ourselves that, we're not deserve it, or we're not good enough, or we're not going to be able to make those payments, or my job is not going to be able to pay, or my business is not making enough money. I want you to turn those limited thoughts and limited dreams to unlimited dreams and thoughts. And I want you to dream big. Because our dreams, that's the first, materialization of our spiritual growth. And then you never know how your dreams and where your dreams will lead you. Another thing that I want to talk to you about it a little bit.
Can I expand a little bit on what you were saying? Just to even add a little bit to that sense that what you mentioned, that dream big. So when spirit descends into this material world, why are we here on this planet? To experience material world through, spirit experience it. So sometimes it's new, sometimes like we don't know, but how we experience this material world through dreaming. That's why, like you mentioned, your daughter and the kids, they are very open. They're like, I just dream, like I can be anything, right? And then society system, sometimes family system, kind of sets certain limiting beliefs, not in every case, but often sets limiting belief, and it's like shrink, 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 shrink. So we stop dreaming. So all of this creation is God dreaming a dream within a dream within a dream. So you are this dream that you are dreaming, as like all of this is an illusion in a sense in a material world that comes from your dreams. So when we tap into like our true self-worth, and everything that you talked about goes down into self-worth, into like this deep self-worth, as this whole course is about bringing us back into the self-worth in any areas of our lives. So we dream that. And I remember myself as a child, and as you know, I'm Sagittarius, I'm like this Jupiter energy. I usually dream big. Like, I don't know why now. Like, since I was a child, I remember, like, I just have these big dreams. And for me, it felt just, yeah, it's just gonna happen. Like, I don't even question certain things. And then, of course, during the evolution and some relationship or some things, I remembered like I got a little shrink. My self-worth got a little like smaller. It's like because the outside world, like in my older relationship was showing me something different, and I believed in that. So basically we dream, and then when outside world shows us something different and we believe in it, whatever that is, it was like believe in it. And especially if a person with like more analytical mind comes like, no, this is like, no, this is not a good practical step, totally not good practical step. And it's good to have this realistic vision, but all this course and all of you, when you tap into your soul, when you truly have this deep intuition, like I just know this is my place. And the mind may tell you, like in your case, completely opposite thing, but you go by your higher heart, but this deep intuition that's like you clearly know, That's why it's so important to tap into that spiritual realm, into this energetic realm, because this is the only way we can go into like full-blown expansion. Because the way our mind functions and just the way it is created here, it limits us. Its main purpose is to keep us in safety, in comfort. It doesn't have a purpose of expansion, just it doesn't. No matter how much you work on your mind, just like this physical, mind. So when we tap into that place and just saying, yes, this is what like I'm guiding to do, and I've experienced it myself, and I've experienced like my husband had, like, even though he had, pretty abundant financial, before even we met, but he was so limited in like things that he could afford to himself. He was very generous to others, but for himself and me, the opposite. I'm like, I'm just like, it's possible. Everything is possible. And he would like sometimes bring me more into like, no, come on, you need to like be more in material, realistic way. And that helped to balance things out. And I remember when he stepped into that belief that, oh, let me just allow something for myself. Even though I'm giveaway, maybe I could be very generous to others. But what about me? Why do I put myself in the back? Say, I don't know, you buy your kids, your partners, I don't know, like a car, or help your parents to buy a house, and yourself, I don't know, diminishing yourself, shrinking yourself. So how about you? Because you come first. And the moment you start to be kind of selfish in a sense, like you can be selfish, but not selfish from the ego, but selfish because you love yourself, you choose yourself, and you allow yourself to live in that next level luxury for yourself, whatever that is, whatever step you're taking, you'll see your life start to expand. Like the moment you step into there. And when he experienced it the first time, remember the next day, he received like some money out of nowhere because he was so not believing that. It was a few years ago. And I like keep telling him, but you don't understand until you leave it. So I kind of pushed him into buying something for himself that he truly desired. I think it was like a special bike. I don't remember exactly. I think it was a bike. So the next day he received exactly the same amount of money as the cost of that fancy bike. I don't remember where he got it. Somebody, I don't know. So it's not the point. And he received it. He's like, oh, well, it kind of felt a little like coincidence, but he's still like, oh, that's interesting coincidence. And then some other things happened after that. And when he started to truly believing, oh, actually, when I'm allowing myself, when it comes from your soul, when it's your soul truly desires, for example, like I'm truly desiring this, I don't know, this necklace, because when I'm wearing this golden necklace, it just elevates my soul, it just elevates my frequency, and you buy it for yourself, not somebody giving it to you, but you're buying it for yourself, you're allowing to buy it for yourself. Trust me, the next day, or again, don't expect it, but I'm just saying, like, it will, the universe will show you the next level of abundance, of opportunities. You may not see that opportunity, but opportunities will always come. It could be through money, it could be through like new relationship with partners, new business opportunities, something, 100%. And of course, the more unknown choices that you make. For example, you feel that you need to like start something or go into a relationship, like a business relationship somewhere, and you don't fully understand, but you truly go there. And for example, your mind telling you, oh, but this requires this much financial abundance. Again, it does not come from not being responsible. When we talk about this, we're taking a full responsibility at spiritual level and at the material level. I'm taking a full responsibility. So it's like the full integrity, and you're in full, like this wholeness. So when you do that from your wholeness, you're just like, I'm gonna say yes. I'm not sure how maybe I'm gonna pay for this thing, or how I'm going to have resources, whether it's human resources, whether it's anything, but I'm going to step into that. And you start stepping into that, and you're going to see a little trajectory that will lead you there, just like step by step. And then you may see just the next step. I was like, okay, I'm going to take the next step. And then at some point, you're going to see maybe 3 steps ahead, 5 steps ahead. And trust me, the universe will open the door, and the door going to be wider and wider and wider. But if we live in the mind, we will never go in this door. It's just never gonna happen. We're gonna live in this comfort, and we may have this beautiful comfort, but we will not evolve. We will not expand as human being and as a soul. And sometimes we even can go like, degrading, not expanding, but like shrinking the opposite way. So, and bring more light and joy into that, because money collectively, money by nature is air. Money by nature is just air. But because of the systems, because of importance, so any sense of importance, anything, create density, create like this, let's say this cup is, transparent. But when I make so much important, this cup is important. This is my cup. I'm gonna give this cup. This is like, I'm afraid to lose this cup. It becomes denser and denser. It becomes like a stone. And when it becomes that heavy, it's hard to move it around. It's hard to like even do anything with it. So like now bring your like awareness, how much importance you give to money. How much important are they in your life? Because yeah, we talk about money is important but truly money is just one instrument that we come here to play with material world. And it's like, how can I play with an instrument? Like if you've ever played on an instrument, that we don't make it important, right? Usually, if you play for fun, we just play an instrument. Like it's just fun, right? You just like, let's make it easy. You don't make it important, even though for some instrument could be important, this instrument or some other fancy instrument. For some, money is important. So bring this awareness of how much importance you put into your money, into your finances. Because the more importance you put there, the more density it's going to create, and the harder it is going to be for you to move that energy around, to bring it, to give it. Like the whole balance is going to be so dense, and you're going to feel like heavy. It's like, oh, that is so important to pay this or to give this or have this, like just like feel it that it's going to create that. So breathe out that importance. Yeah, it's cool and great to have money, to have the resources, but remove that importance, as this like mind importance. Put more playfulness in that area, but with full responsibility. Like I feel responsibility is what it kind of keeps it moving, but not the importance of it. Like
Yeah, the responsibility of like do the steps, right? Like we connect with our financial channels, but we don't sit on the couch and wait until they're gonna bring it to us. So the responsibility for us to keep more open mind, to see the opportunities and take those small steps. And sometimes those steps can be scary, but that's where the universe award us. Because sometimes we feel like we're stepping in the darkness, and now we're going to make this step, and then it's going to cliff and we're going to fall. But that's where our responsibility come to trust that that is opportunity is for us. And monies are limitless. There is no limit. It's like exchange. We're getting in, and another thing, like we don't, getting in and sit on it because we're afraid that we're gonna run out of money and then we're not gonna spend. And that's the next thing that I want to talk about, the financial habits. So we don't just sit on that and we don't give anybody. No, it's especially now when our awareness and consciousness increase, we like exchange. When we receive, we put the light, and that is our responsibility to give it to the world, because that healed money, let's put it this way, enlightened money, they have their own task to do when we give it away to the world. So the next, think about the exchange instrument. It's not, but again, with the responsibility for that, but not with so much importance that it's going to be hard to move them around. They are designed to move around. We are designed to evolve, make more, spend more, of course, in healthy ways again, but they're not designed to sit on it and just be only our precious.
Like
They
any
are
energy, right? Like any energy. Energy is not meant to be stuck in any place. Any
Yeah.
energy meant to move. That's why like money is as I said, like sexual energy, like this the energy just move it. We just move it. It's creation energy. And as we move into more creation, money is creation energy. Look at it like how your soul desires here to create, to leave impact on this planet, and of course being yourself in full resonance with all that is. So it's movement, and that's why it's also the body. It's like together as we're talking about this new earth money. And I wanted to also just share a quick thing that sometimes our mind may say, oh, but it works for these people, for those millionaire people and that people. We lived in an old system for a very, very long time, pretty much like as far as we know collectively. And it worked that way because there was other system in place, the other mechanics that were in place, and it worked that way. The old consciousness, the separation, we lived in separation, so it worked. And what you've seen, those people succeeded tremendously, again, on the outside, right? In the outside. But what they were inside, 99%, they were empty inside. So that we are moving into the new consciousness and the new financial systems, the new understanding of money. Those old stuff going to stop working. So whatever you've seen, and if you took, I don't know, some maybe classes in how the old system works, they're going to stop working. Not immediately. It's going to take some time and transition, but you all here already ready for the new way of these new systems evolving. So we are experiencing a huge shift in financial systems on the energetic level, and we're going to see them evolve as it comes in the material world. So just want to bring that in case your mind is like, oh, but it worked, the other old way. So it did work and perfectly worked. And yes, people were able to become super wealthy, super, whatever. But new way, this old is going to stop working more and more. So we are evolving and creating, and money is changing. Like there's just a lot of changes happening in all system and financial, educational, and financial in particular, as we Elena.
Yeah, and as Evgeny said, they might made enough well, but right now your consciousness is opening up and expanding, and you can feel, are the people really true happy? Because yes, they can pretend and create this happiness, this, American dream, or they want to, and a lot of time, more people try to show by material things that they are really true happy. A lot of time they're trying to fill up this emptiness in they. And I many times look at the different people who are wealthy enough, but also true happy enough. And even when I met with Evgenia first time, because I met with some other spiritual people, I'm like, she doesn't live in a tent. She lives in a nice, beautiful house. And I always had this deep insight that spiritual growth goes together, united with material growth. And through my business, I met many people who are very wealthy, but very unhappy because they focus so much on only material growth that they forgot about the spiritual growth. And that's where they usually lose the money, where they always stress about the money, and they like a prisoners of their own wealth. They cannot really be free, take time off, because they always have to run this business, and there is always something stressed. And that's where I want you to feel the balance, right? The money is there for you to enjoy, to be free, to do things that you want, not that you have to, but what you want. And the next, I want to talk about like financial habits that we have. I want you to feel and look honestly with yourself what financial habits you have. We have one extreme where people spending too much, and it's kind of like abusing, right? And overspending, over consuming things. And we have another extreme where people don't spend at all and they try to save every single dollar. I want you to feel and see where you are without judgment, without criticizing, without feeling guilty that you're there or there. I want you to just realize where you are right now. And I want you to start moving towards balance. And sometimes to balance it out, if it's helpful for you, healthy balance it out, good. But what I notice with me, for example, sometimes I need to go from one extreme to another, and then I feel the balance. Because this way, like I try, instead of just thinking and thinking, I would rather do it, and then I will feel the balance. Is it working for me, or that doesn't work for me? Or where is my balance? Because everybody balance is different. In every situation right now, whereas your financial habit with the spending is different too. But I want you to feel where you are and try to move different directions. So if you spend a lot, try to start saving. If you save a lot, try to spend. Allow yourself. I remember when me and Katya, we were working together and we went to the stores. At the beginning, I felt like that clothes stores are too much for me, that I'm not fancy enough. I don't deserve to go to that and buy that clothes, because again, I was trying to lose weight or something else, but deep inside, I felt like I don't deserve to treat myself like that. And I remember that amazing feeling after those stores when you touch better clothes, when you see how better clothes looks on you. And I'm like, that's it. I'm not going back to the other store that I have. Yeah, and at that time, I didn't spend a lot on myself for all of those years. And when I went with Katya, I just felt like, okay, I'm expanding. That's it. There is no limit. Whatever we need, we're getting. And now I came to the balance. So from one extreme to another, I balance myself. I want you to look where you are and see and which direction you can go. Well, when you go with either way and about spending, I want you to meet the consciousness of the credits of the mortgage. I want you to try to feel what feelings do you have when you pay your credit cards monthly, when you pay your mortgage monthly. Because a lot of time we feel like mortgage is something like heavy, it's like a burden, it's like something that is like negative that we have to carry on our shoulders. We feel this heaviness. But I want you to change your perspective. I want you to realize that the mortgage is opportunity, that credit cards are the opportunity to have what we want right now in life what our soul and what our spirit is desire right now in life, without waiting until we make or save enough money to buy that. Again, we remember with the balance, right? So we don't go like with the crazy spendings. But I want you to next month, this month, January, February, try to change the way how you pay those credit cards and mortgage. I want you to meet this credit consciousness. Like, I want you to really meet that and greet and say thank you for the opportunities that I have. Thank you for the material things that I have right now in my life. Imagine if we didn't have the mortgage, we had to wait 30 years until we buy the house that we want. Instead, we can buy the house the way we want right now and already live in that house today. Yes, we have to pay with the interest, but that interest is something, it's like opportunity. It's a pleasure and it's a joy. So I want you to truly change perspective on the credit consciousness, because that, again, something give us more opportunities in exchange of small interest. In reality, in some countries, the interest rate for the mortgage is like 20%. Even now with the 7%, still 20%.
I think in Russia it's crazy.
Yeah, so like Russia, Egypt, some other in Europe, I think it's less, but some other countries, like people cannot even dream about bigger houses, right? And because it's not possible for them in their mind to pay for this, because with the 20%, again, it's our limitations, right? But it's more realistic, less possible to buy with the 20% than with the 7%. So I really want you to change that relationship with the credit consciousness. And the credit consciousness was so, felt really sad that like everybody doesn't like that, they hate it. But I wanted to like really meet this credit consciousness, give a hug, say sorry that I mistreat you before, and I will be better relationship with you right now. It's a small practice, but you will be surprised how it's gonna change some of the things in your life. And from spiritual practice, I want you to go to material practice, and I want you to look at for example, if you don't have that many credit cards, open the new one. Look at the American Platinum Express. Yes, there is a $600 annual fee. However, look at the benefits. There is no credit line, so there is no limit how much you can spend. There are some other benefits for all of the lounges in airports. Whoever wants to travel, that's the best way to start traveling. You pay $600 for the credit card, you will start thinking about travel.
Lena, watch out. You're taking a big responsibility for suggesting this. I was like, no limit. I'm just gonna go. And important
Again, we have responsibility.
yes, like respect, when we go in, but again, everybody here, we're not giving advice to somebody, with like lower consciousness, in the sense that, not like to a child, right? So you have this awareness, right? So with full responsibility, anything that we do, like, see it as an opportunity. And when we come into that, let's say, oh yes, I'm dreaming this big dream, and truly, can get resources from, well, I don't know, credit card. I know there is like a fee, but I am responsible. I'm not taking advantage of that system, and the system will not take advantage of you. Because if you don't, any system, any financial system, and any system in general that are in place right now, when we come there, like, in a sense that, oh, they controlling me, I am this slave of a system, I'm shrinking myself, it's going to take advantage of you, whether it is tax system, IRS, right, or any financial system, any government system. They do not they don't play around unless you come there in full responsibility, respecting the system, respecting yourself. So you come as two coherent in a, like beings that I'm in my full power, you're in your full power. How can we together kind of co-create? How can you help me? And I can help you. Let's say if you get a credit card and you, I don't go into expansion and you have to pay a fee, or even if you don't have to pay a fee, you using that credit card, it benefits the whole banking system, blah, 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 because you're using that transaction channel. So using that channel and channel benefits in it. So again, we're not recommending that you have to do that, but open your mind that there is this opportunity that can be taken. You don't have to have a credit card, but it's your relationship with the credit system, your relation with the banking system. How do you go there with your responsibility and wholeness, or with fear and like fear that system going to take over you? So that's the whole idea. And you can, when you come into those systems, including like, the credit cards and banking, you come there with your full like sovereignty, and you see like, can you help me out? Like, I really need this, I don't know, material abundance, because I am creating this, I don't know, a temple or business with 20 people, I don't know, whatever it is. So like, I'm feeling like I need a little help from the system. Can we interact for some time? Because I'm taking the full responsibility. I'm going to respect you. You're going to give me these benefits. When it's done, it's done. So it's like the mutual, like with a friend, right? You have, or with a partner, like a business partner, you have this mutual agreement and you respect each other. One brings something, another one brings something. So when we look into this financial system from that perspective, it can help us to go into expansion instead of kind of enslaving us. And because systems are shifting right now, like before they were more in the mentality of enslaving and keeping us in fear, but now we're shifting, so those systems, they are ready to open and work with us only when we come with responsibility, respect, and full self-worth internally. That's the only way. Otherwise, it's just gonna eat you up. I know.
To create the healthy relationship.
Healthy relationship.
It's like if you see yourself, analyze yourself, and you see you're in the depth, again, ask for the tool that's going to help you to decrease your debt, like consolidate them, or somehow, like if you're feeling that it's so much that it's really hard for you to pay, and take responsibility for that. Like, don't blame it on the system because you have to pay that. You're the one who spent all of that money. Try to think, what did you spend for, and what was the purpose, and do you really need some of the things? Again, we're going back to our true divine dreams. We're not talking about, I'm just going to go and buy a Porsche just because to show everybody how cool I am. We're not talking about those kind of expansions. We are talking about material expansions where, like, for example, if you never open any credit card, and especially if you're in the business, that's where you can try a new credit card and look different, analyze them. And if before you look at the fee because, oh my God, it's so much, my business cannot afford with it, or I'm not big enough, like look at the other. I'm standing in my full growth and I'm taking responsibility for my business. And I know right now I'm in this stage, but I'm dreaming and I'm going to take responsibility for certain steps, because once we dream, the roadmap is going to start showing up slowly. And that's kind of material expansion example with the credit cards we're talking about. Once we dream and credit consciousness, that's where we can use as a tool to expand our wishes, our dreams, our businesses, our ideas. Many of us are in the businesses, many of us in some kind of, if not, then you will be starting your business after that. And, credit consciousness can help you, pay your mortgage until the business will make the revenue. But again, how we entering in the relationship and how we continue to have relationship with those consciousness, it's going to help us to interact with the systems better. So always think about consciousness, something higher vibration, and then treat the system with the respect. And the consciousness always going to give some commands to the system, and it will show you how you can create healthier relationships. So that's something that, just keep in mind and keep your eyes open, and it will be showing you more. But again, take your first step of responsibility, analyze where you are, analyze your previous financial habits, and see how you can, move, balancing them more up. The next thing that I want to talk about is financial knowledge, because as we are evolving, we can meditate, we can do a lot of things, we can grow, but certain things in material world has its own, structure, its own rules, and its own tools. I really, advise you and encourage you, start educating yourself. Look at your financial source right now. Where's your money coming from? And then look about the possibility of other financial sources. Like if you're, for example, working a full-time job, look for business investment, rental properties, stocks. Start educating yourself how you can make money, not just actively, but how you can also have the passive income when the money making itself while you're sleeping. Look at the different sources and start learning about them. Because one of the things that, we are responsible for opening these doors, start going different paths, and the financial institutions, financial structure only work in specific way. Then look at your relationship with the IRS, with SBA, with Chamber of Commerce. Those are government institutions that, again, we usually have the feeling that they are parasites, that they're feeding off us, that we are slave for them. Especially, I know I do taxes, and every year I hear the same thing. I don't want to pay taxes, and I tell all of my clients, if you're paying that much taxes, be happy, because you had the opportunity to bring your dream in life. And from the dream, it's already working and making the money and providing you life support. And all you need to do is just pay taxes. The taxes is an important part of that economy. That's why here economy works better than anywhere else in the world. And the tax component is one of the crucial ones. So I want you to meet this consciousness of IRS, consciousness of government institution, and start creating healthy relationships with them. I want you to, register your business if you're doing business. Don't think about how much they're big enough or how much money is going to make. You're going to take full responsibility and stand up in your full growth and register that business. Open this business bank account. Register EIN with IRS. And again, do it not because you have to, but because of the respect the systems, a respect of your idea, a respect of your dream that you're trying to accomplish. Start creating that, again, healthy relationship with the government institutions. Look at the government as your partner, not as your enemy. Try to look on the different, websites, programs. If you're in the business, how government can help you. Different grants for your business, different loans for your business. If you're not in the business, try look at the different programs they have. They have homestead tax credit, where you qualify, they help you to decrease the property taxes. We get assessment every year for our houses. How much is the houses? And they're gonna increase the price if you don't appeal. If you feel like that's something too much, you can appeal. But again, every time when we receive those letters, we get negative feelings first. Like, oh my God, the property taxes are so high. I want you to really change. Not just change because we said so, but truly change that feelings in your heart. How you make those payments to the government for the property taxes with the IRS, meet their consciousness and greet them and show respect. That's in our hands, and that's our responsibility, how we interact with them and what kind of relationship we are creating with them. Financial knowledge is, that's where we're learning all of the different government programs. Financial, I'm sorry, not financial knowledge. No, financial knowledge, actually. That's where we're learning how different programs. Then set up your systems. If you're in the business, take that time, set up the QuickBook for your business, count your income expenses. Now it's a perfect time where for 2025, if you always, again, if you're in your business, you're just putting the numbers from the air. Oh, I'll probably make that much. And I'll probably spend here and there. Like try to really truly put it together. Like have the records, open the business account. Don't mix up business and personal. Truly separate. Nobody likes to pay taxes, and all of my clients come and tell me, oh, I spent $50,000 on the business meetings. I mean, you could spend $50,000 on the business meeting if you make $1 million revenue, but if you make 100,000, you spend 50,000 on the business meeting, going with your family out for dinners and stuff like that. That's abuse, right? We're trying to avoid, escape, and limit ourselves. So we make ourselves smaller instead of standing in the full, in our full growth.
And it's like I'm in the system. Sorry, like when we do things like that, I've noticed that even myself, like, oh, can this be like in general, right? Can this be, I don't know, as part of the like business meeting, right? Which is in that case could be, but in another case it's not, right? So we automatically trying to take advantage of a system. So look around where you may have, regardless you have a bank, I mean, you have a business or not, it could be just like with relationship with IRS, like the taxes, where you have noticed that you took advantage of a system and trying to avoid certain things, because again, energetically, it's all, I would say, like I tell my kids, God see everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like you can't hide nothing. You can hide it from yourself, you can hide it from others, but from that universal law, nothing can be hidden. So every little thing, when you try to like overlook the system, over take advantage in any way, in again, any areas of your life, when I don't know, you got a parking ticket, and it's like, oh, maybe I fight for it, but when it's really was the violation, like in that case, like, so look, do you go from full integrity, go in anything that you do from full integrity, and that, all right, I messed up, okay, this, all right, if I truly need to pay $100,000 taxes because it's truth, this is how it is, look at it as Elenishka said, from expansions, like, wow, I mean, I probably made a lot of money if I have to pay, I don't know, $100,000 tax or 500,000, whatever it is, that despite the numbers, it just shows us, okay, I made that much, and respect the system. And trust me, once we respect the system going to respect us back. And now it's just the way to go with the new consciousness in that communication, because the new upgraded systems, they're going not just to respect you back, they're going to help you to expand even more, become like your best buddy in whatever you do, including, like, again, no matter you have business or not, just in your personal life, see where you abuse system, whether it's banks, whether financial, whether it's the government, IRS, like anything, any systems that are in place in your life. That's important. That's like, that I feel that's really important for us to realize. not to
And
abuse.
take the responsibility how we feel. And from the IRS perspective, for example, right now is the perfect time because we're going to be filing our 2025 taxes. I want you to truly like connect to yourself and see what kind of feelings, and put yourself on a higher vibration when you pay taxes this year. Don't think that those taxes are going to go to the war or to somebody's pocket or to all of those bureaucracy system. I want you to truly think that your money of that you're paying for the taxes, they're going to go for the better things. They're going to improve things in the country. They're going to fix the roads in the country. They're going to improve or help to have schools, our free education, even though some people complain that education is, but it's still free. You know, it's there for our kids. We have police officers that, you know, you call 911, you have the police car within 5-10 minutes. In some countries, they will need to wait for hours. And sometimes they don't even come because, you know, the accident was not important enough. Here we have a lot of things that we sometimes not grateful, but all of those systems are help us to have a better comfort life, and they come from taxes. So when you pay these taxes this year, really put the effort and responsibility for your higher vibration making this payment. I know it sounds silly, maybe, but when I start doing that, like lots of my clients, and when I start expanding my clients' mind, and I felt like this year they're actually grateful to pay taxes because they have this opportunity to grow this business. I can see how their business growing every year. And we had some of the clients got the letters. So fighting the penalties, or I'm not finding, oh, they're not supposed to have the penalties. I'm just calling with the respectful and say, yes, client forgot to send these documents. What we can do about it. And it's surprisingly how much system respond back to you with the respect, because you're respecting the system and you connected to the consciousness directly. And I can tell you so many different like amazing stories that other accountants just tell me it's impossible. Like you couldn't do that. You couldn't do that easily. You have to go to the court. But I'm telling you from my experience, I can see that in real life. And again, I thought that the spiritual is separate, right? Material is separate, but all of the spiritual growth I'm passing to my clients. I'm explaining them in simple things without all spiritual, you know, terminology, but changing the way how they treat certain things, you know, when they interact with me in the business. And it's amazing how they grow and how their business change, especially in this difficult economy too. Financial knowledge, I also want you to think about the financial advisors. A lot of time we don't educate ourselves enough to see different tools, or partner with some people that you see that, or communicate, establish some relationship that you see this person live that you kind of like, or they try something that you never tried before and they succeed in that. Open to the partnership. Don't think that you know everything. There's a lot of things that we don't know. And when we go into positions, oh, I know everything, this person cannot tell me anything new. We limit ourselves first. We limit our, you know, we're expanding our mind, but when we say we know everything, we're kind of like shutting down. So we narrow it down, and then we see through the little hole where we can actually, you know, see the whole picture. So try, communicate with the people, hire financial advisors. If you don't have any, I can recommend you some. First meetings are always free. See what you want, you know, and go with them. Just talk. Open yourself to the new relationship, new possibilities, new opportunities. Another thing that I want to talk about is financial security and safety. It's a financial pillar, what I call. Look at your situation financially and see if you have this financial pillar. Financial pillar is some kind of like assets or money or savings or stocks, where again, you're not in a position where you have to do things just because you have to pay for the mortgage. You're not in the position of victim. This financial pillar is your responsibility to create, to give yourself a freedom. Again, look at your situation financially, and it can start small. It can be something, but take the responsibility to creating. Yes, we trust the universe that it's going to help us, but we also, take little steps to help us and to create the tools that we don't put ourselves in the victim position. Like, oh, I have to go to this job because I don't have money to pay for the mortgage or rent or utility. This financial pillar will help you to, feel more safe and don't put yourself in the victim, because it's really easy to fall. I'm a single mom. I pay mortgage for myself. Even now, sometimes I wake up in the morning and I start like realizing, I'm going through victim mode, not from the abundance mode. And I'm like, okay, that's my responsibility to change. And the financial pillar, again, that's something that can help you. That's an extra tool that can help you to change that mode, because life is happening every year. Every day. We're human. It's easy to say, yeah, like trust the universe when you have $1 million in saving account, right? You can trust the universe more. But again, we create our reality. And that's one of the tools that you can help yourself to be more free, to create your financial freedom, and to change that from victim, from victim perspective to abundance. The next thing that I want to talk about is financial planning. And again, that's where we become responsible for our future. When I was working with many clients, I saw that some of them retired, but they still make enough money, probably more money than they were making while they were working. And I start, curious. I'm like, okay, where did they make the money from? So I can see all of these statements because I do their taxes. I'm like, okay, they make money from that source, from that source, from that source. And then when I'm talking to them, I can realize it's not like they inherited the money from their previous like parents, grandparents, or whatever. This is something that they create during their life. And I'm realizing that, in our especially Eastern mentality, we don't have that. We don't have the knowledge. We don't have the trust. We don't have that mentality of creating something in the future. And again, I don't want to talk about the extreme when the people, and I've seen some extreme with my clients too, when they create all of their life in the future. So they're going to start living the life when they retire. But I want you to, take the steps to create some plan for either when you retire or maybe even earlier, and start planning right now. Start thinking about your financial goals. Look at your income and expenses. How much money you're making right now? How much money you're spending right now? How much money you would like to make? And how much money you would need to make if you want your dreams to come true, for example. And then start thinking about it. Okay, do I really want to work until 65? So when I met with my financial advisor, and again, I thought that they have a special financial advisor that nobody had the access. I had a feeling that this source is not available for me. So it's only for some special people. So when I start learning and educating myself, it's regular financial advisor. I met with that advisor and I still work with this advisor. So if you want, I can recommend you. And I learned that, if you make contribution, for example, to your child, a Roth IRA account, of course, if they have earned income, but if you make the contribution to your child right now in the age of 8, 6,500, don't make any contribution at all until the age of 65, the child will have $1 million by the age of 65. When I learned that, it just blew my mind. So working hard from the survival mode was no longer only the way, and my mind, analytical mind, saw the proof of that. And my mind understood that working hard from survival mode is only can take us here. Working smart. Again, we're not putting away responsibility. We're still working hard, but smarter can take us way more. And now I have my goal. And again, I saw all these clients, I always thought about it, but last year, before the year end, I took the responsibility to have my financial plan with my financial advisor. So I do have a plan right now. So the age of 55, because I don't want a 65, I want 55. I already have the tools, and you know, and not just have the tools, but I actually did the next steps. I found the tools, because you can have the tools, but if you're never going to make this step and send the money and start funding the money, you're not going to accomplish that what you want. So my plan was, by the age of 55, I want to make $150,000, even if I don't work any single day. And my financial advisor gave me different sources how I can do that. And again, first I'm like, but how can I trust them? Maybe they could use my money somewhere else. And that's where I take responsibility how I interact with the financial. And again, it doesn't mean that you have to trust everybody. You take, like reasonable steps to educate yourself, making sure that person competent and everything. But now I have this plan. And I also feel more safe. And I also feel that I don't need to go to the survival mode. I don't need to work from the survival. And I'm also looking at other opportunities, how I can make the money in different ways, because I realized working hard again can take me only here, and working other way with all other different trusts and expanding myself can take me way more. So financial planning is important. The same as the tax planning, but the tax planning is a different subject. Today here we talk about financial planning, and that's your responsibility to take a responsibility for your future, not relying on our children, not relying on our husbands or boyfriends or wives that they will take care of me. Yes, they love us and they're always here to help us, but there shouldn't be somebody else's responsibility to take care of yourself. It should be your own. Yes, right now may be different situation, but start thinking what you can create so you can take the full responsibility for your life. And again, financial planning is something that can help you and easy to implement with financial advisor, faster. So you can sit down and learn about it, but learn how to choose professionals properly and trust them and go with them. Because sitting and learning everything by yourself, we're not going to have enough time, especially when we go into expanding in different kind of expansion. And another thing I want to talk about is that, I have the full running business for taxes and accounting. Now, the tax season is coming, right? If I talk to any accountant holding the speaking class on the abundance, they will tell me that I just lost my mind because the tax season is here. Like we all have to be ready and preparing for taxes. So I'm running the business. I have rental property where I found the person. I met the person. Again, universe sent it to me. I saw that she's awesome in Airbnb. I partnered with her. My other partner for accounting firm said, you know what? It's a great idea. I want to be partnered with you. So we went, 3 of us, for that house, and we launched that house. So I have a rental property now. I have an accounting business. I have some financial pillow as well. So those tools are helping me to have different sources of income. Those tools are helping me to change from survival mode to abundance mode. But if I would be focused that every project has to be perfect, I wouldn't start any other project. I want that perfectionism, the criteria of like everything have to be perfect before you start something else, kind of vanished today. So I want that program that you not deserve, or you're not allowed, or you didn't finish the previous one, so why are you starting another one, or everything has to be perfect in the previous job or project or anything that you do. I want you to be more open and let this control go. We take responsibility, but we not focus on controlling every single thing. We learn how to delegate, how we trust other people, because we're not here by ourselves, and we're not here to be by ourselves, especially right now with that period when our consciousness expand, but it's more and more about partnering with each other to help each other grow, to mirror in each other what do we need to work on, not to put each other in the guilt, oh, you're not good enough, or you need to work on this, just go work. No, working process, going in the experience, living your life and seeing things there, realizing that you're in this stage and then you're balancing in another stage. That's our life. That's our soul came for. Dreaming big, not limiting ourselves with material, house, car, business, traveling, wherever you want. I want you to analyze those relationships with the systems that you have. Meet the consciousness, because consciousness is a higher vibration. Meet them with the respect. If you feel saying sorry for mistreating them before, because we all did. Believe me, we all did. So just, we can always say sorry and I will treat you better, and try really truly from your heart. Not perfect. We're not perfect to treat everything better. Yes, we slip here and there, we realizing that, we take responsibility. We don't say sorry and then do it again, right? We try not to do it again. Life happens, sometimes we do, and then we take a minute, settle out, ground ourselves with our spirit here to experience material life. And it's all united together even more. And I hope that you dream big, you use the tools, you expand yourself, and experience life in a much higher vibration and a much more interesting material level as well.
Thank you, Lenочka. I want to expand on one thing that you've mentioned that is that's coming through, that's very important for us to realize, that the speed is going to be, like, the speed that we're moving through is going to be higher. The expansion is going to be more. And at that rate of speed of our evolution as human species, buying courses when we just read for stuff or looking for yourself how to do things is not going to take us into that level of expansion and speed. Again, I'm speaking for where everybody who is here moving. Some people in my work who are still like finishing up this, like still in this older consciousness, because we are, like we evolving in parts. But it's very important that right now we have an amazing opportunity that in any areas of our life, bring that support system as an advisor, as a, I don't know, mentor, coach, whatever area that is, that you are feeling need some delegation. Like maybe some can write your own website, but because this is not your focus, you just pay someone to do that for you. Or maybe like in your case, you can be, you can be knowledgeable in many financial areas, but simply this is not like your focus right now. You would rather delegate what you are capable of doing, but this is not truly where your soul desires to experience right now. And moving forward, you delegate it, you outsource it. So now moving forward, if you truly, for like for all of us, if we, I wouldn't even say this is per se a choice. This is just what we have to agree and slowly move into that direction of outsourcing, of delegating, of hiring someone to be the guide on this journey, to help us, whether it's spiritual, whether it's financial, whether it is a person in your business, your partner, to help you to propel forward with the speed that is happening right now. And I see that with myself including, that I'm capable of doing many things, but I'm like, the speed that I asked to move right now, in to bring those creations into this material world, it's literally, because we still live in this linear time, it's literally impossible of me like scrambling things, learning myself, and even if I'm capable of that, it is an option. Not even go maybe to like a general courses, but like, all right, now it's time to go and work with somebody one-on-one, directly, precisely where I'm going, what I'm doing. So there could be for some of you in different areas of your life. Again, I'm not like focusing just on one, it's any areas of that life. It could be for some of you financial advisor who's just giving you exact step, not just the courses. They can definitely give information, but like one-on-one work with the person can propel you so much forward. And that's why we're talking about this financial responsibility, because outsourcing requires financial investment. So that's why we like opening your mind to even like, all right, I'm feeling that I need to delegate that. And maybe I don't have the full resources financial right now, but I'm going to step into that. And that person, that guide, that advisor, whatever, can help me to expand where I can not just pay that person, but I can double or triple or I don't know, quadruple that financial abundance into much like your financial channel is much wider, and that will give me opportunities to start my projects that my soul desires, whether it's a profit, non-profit, a service work, whatever that is. So it's not about, oh, I'm gonna create something to make billions. That could be the case, but it's also about having that abundant channel so we can serve and bring something on this planet, have an opportunity, for example, to travel places because I want to see and explore those places in order to evolve, to learn and share with others. So there's many facets into that. And that's why we talk about finances not as, oh, this is something just for myself to enjoy this. It's much wider. You're here first of all, you're here to serve this creation that is you're part of this creation, and you're here to serve to make this creation even wider, more beautiful, like expand this creation. You're not here to just expand on this level, but it's like going wider. So in each one of you who is here in this course, this I can 100% tell that each one of you here is to go and create something much more impactful for humanity in different ways. I don't even want to say ideas and to limit you, because it goes so much wider and larger that even maybe your mind and my mind at the moment can't comprehend and understand. But the message is basically to outsource and to truly have someone guide you or like work with you in some areas of your life where you feel you're ready to expand. And it's not just about learning yourself, doing everything yourself, outsourcing and expanding. This is the only way, with the speed and everything that we are doing right now, because we are here to learn from each other, to help each other, and just like community and collaboration, that's the way forward. The way of individuality is done. We will not grow and evolve as one, like just one, as a one, at least two people and more. So and I would love to what's called to finish, like to conclude this with a little practice of connecting to financial consciousness as a whole, not just your own, financial beliefs. So let's just go back into our heart and remember your wholeness, coming back in your full integrity, in your full wholeness, like as a being, as a human being, as a soul, as just this being of light, like remembering your self-worth. Just feel it in your body, your true self-worth, like who I am, and stand in your true power, like in your frequency. Feel it in your body. You may even stand up if you feel like, just if it feels more liberating, like you feel this sense of freedom, this sense of abundance, this internal self of abundance and expansion and wholeness. This, I came here on this planet and I feel this wholeness, God sent me here, like I chose to be here. This, and the mission deep inside me, whether I fully understand it, fully see it, but I feel inside there is something much more meaningful, much wider. And feel your expansion, feel your wholeness, feel your own frequency. You feel your own like golden frequency of abundance and prosperity. And now see this like huge energetic system, the financial system of the world, with the core of it is in the United States. The banking, and within that, don't step inside, you just see it like outside of yourself. Like the banking system is all the credits and debits, loans, just like feel and see this banking system. You still in your full sovereign self, you just observe it as a witness. It's there, you see that this creation, this system, the banking system, you see the government system, because it is part of that financial system as well. You see like this government system, you see like a Wall Street, like this I don't know, trading, stocks, exchange, of this kind of department of the whole financial system, this Wall Street. Envision that, see that. See IRS, the tax system. And they're all interconnected, they're all part of larger, big financial system. And all other pieces that come to you, maybe, of all of that financial system. And now see that it may look like a bubble or just like a structure, and then see that going wider into the whole financial grid of the entire planet in any form, and it comes to you. And like covering the entire Earth grid, the entire Earth, because all of those financial systems, they are interconnected. And the root of it is a big root of it. Big part of the root is in the United States. And see that system. Just observe it. And you're still in your wholeness. You're just witnessing that system. How it was created and built, what energies are there, what's inside of it. It's pretty dense. There is some victimhood consciousness in those systems. The structures, like more of a parasitic structures that feed on our victim mentalities when we suppress ourselves. So all of those systems, that's the way they designed to control us only when we stand in our victimhood mentality. And this is how it was. That's the way it operates. That's how incorrect energy exchange happened. The parasitic, when parasite feeds on your energy, it just feeds on you from your fears, from your limitations, from your doubts, from you forgetting who you are. So as you stand right now in your full self, in your full sovereignty, and if anything rose from those moments, bring in the awareness and just write them down. Okay, this is how they cut me sometimes. So, but now we stand in a full sovereignty, and together, as we stand in our full sovereignty, feel the strength, feel the support. We're there together. You're not alone. You're there together. Don't shrink yourself. You're just in full sovereignty, in full light, and remembering your connection with source. And you go inside that huge, big structure. And any fear that rises, any limitation that rises, remember that we're here with you. We are holding your hands. You can imagine us holding our hands, whatever makes you feel more supportive, more present. Dissolving the fears, dissolving the limitations, the old subconscious programs of not believing in yourself, of shrinking yourself, of limiting yourself in any forms. And now together we go inside the system, knowing that it has no way to take our energy, because we come there in our sovereignty. We don't put ourselves higher than that system. That system exists. It's there. We come in full respect. We see that, we witness that. We come to understand how it works, how it operates. We don't put ourselves higher than system. We stand in full coherence with our higher self, and we stand in the system, this huge system that covers an entire world in this grid together. And we bring the frequency of true self-worth that comes from God. We bring the true prosperity, the true abundance into this material world. And as we stand here fully in our sovereignty, as souls, as human beings, remembering that we create the reality. No one take advantage of us. And we stand in full sovereignty together, vibrating in those high frequencies of abundance, of truth, wholeness, integrity, expanding ourselves into higher truth, into higher frequency, into golden financial system. And feel as this old, corrupt systems built on victimhood mentality, they start to fall apart. They're just crumbling down because our frequency is so strong. Our sovereignty, our self-worth is so strong. We don't fight it. We don't judge it. We just stand in our full sovereignty, in our royal essence, remembering that I'm here to move spirit into material world, filled with love, filled with grace, filled with beauty, and union of material and spiritual. And as we stand together in this system, and this entire big, whole system, holding other systems within, all the lower density parasitic structures start to fall apart because they can't resonate with our sovereign self. We don't do anything. We just remember who we are. And they fall apart. Because the moment we forget, the moment we fall into victim mentality, the system enslave us. not because it's bad, just the way it was designed. We gave our powers away. It didn't force us, we gave it away. And now we bring all our life force back within us, standing in sovereignty, standing in a wholeness, remembering who we are, that nothing from the outside can diminish the God within us. The light within us can't be diminished. And in full responsibility, we are stepping in this new financial structures. Just feel it's changing, feel it's dissolving, feel it's becoming more crystalline, more golden, like a golden frequency light. And it becomes coherent with us, and we become coherent with the higher frequency of financial system. The higher consciousness is awakening in all of those systems through us, within us, as we become part of it. We are not separate. We are part of that whole financial system. It's within us. That frequency is within us, and we just part of that. And feel that that money, like feel that money in your body. Feel like this frequency, this golden frequency, feel it in your body, like in your physical body, not just energetically, but feel it in your physical body. Like you become one with that money frequency, with material money frequency. You can shake your body a little bit or move your body, allow that energy to integrate in your physical body. Ooh. As the material, like this new consciousness, this new financial luxury consciousness is awakening in your body, becoming part of your body. You can tap your body and just feel it. You can stand up and just stretch and feel like this strength, this sovereign self of like, I can do anything. You know, this feeling of I can just create anything in this world. Just I don't even have words. It's just like truly anything is possible. Anything. And feel this new consciousness awakening. And your financial channel, like it's internal, like your financial channel, like see your financial channel, your own financial channel that's given to you by your birth. Just everybody have their own financial channel in abundance, in a means that we meant to create. We just tend to close it with beliefs, but we have whatever is needed financially, energetically, to bring your creation to this world. We already have it inside of us. We have everything, truly. So feel your financial channel, your abundance channel. Right now, feel it. And just feel how it is. And yourself, your abundance channel is based on your self-worth. And now envision the number, any number that comes to you first. Just first, any number, whatever that is. Actual number. It's like $1,000, $1 million, $100,000, whatever comes to you. That number, see that number. And now add an extra digits at the end of that number that came to you. And feel how that feels. electrifying. I'm just feeling all of you like.
And it feels free. Like,
Very free, right?
it feels free. Like you can do anything.
So much freedom to create. It's like I just have
And
this
excitement. Like you
excitement.
can do different things.
Yes,
You can learn, like you can experiment. And the tools that we talk about it today, it's create, like analyze your habits, create your financial freedom, because we only can serve and give to the world when we have enough for ourselves. And that's where we have responsibility to start it from us. Like feel that this limitless opportunity that will be coming your way. Take certain steps to create your financial freedom and independence first, because that starts from us. We cannot create for others if we don't have. We cannot guide others if we didn't went through this by ourselves. But
exactly.
you're not alone. We are all together in this journey. And if you have any questions,
Exactly. And in the
ask
count,
the financial advisors, you can text me.
in the count of 9, we're going to open up this. Whew, hope I'm not going to explode from all of you guys. But we're going to open up the financial channel. And again, it's within you. It's not like somewhere giving it to us. It's like within us. You can feel it within yourself, like something unlocks. So it's that financial channel that's in true resonance with your higher self in this material world. So in this door that is your higher self, your soul, have the resources and energetic and financial to flow into your material world, and you have the resources to create what's here to create. It doesn't mean go and buy, I don't know, a bag right away, but it's about, we're talking about a little higher visions, but that could be a part of it too. That's fine.
But
Not
it could start from the back.
that
Yeah,
could
because
it
sometimes
could start from a bag too. Yes, I'm just like not
sometimes
limiting, but
yeah.
that could start from a bag as well.
Yeah.
So on the count of 9, we're gonna all together open your channel, financial channel, and it is. I'm just gonna share. This is very cosmic. This feels a lot of star beings right now present in this. So if you have some resonance with your star lineage, your star family, because it's gonna help to also like unlock your higher mission with that. So those resources that will be given, they are actually going towards a higher mission that you here meant to bring and to do on this planet. So with full responsibility, accepting and receiving. 9,
Enjoyed it.
8, oh my goodness, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Ishaya kia sakuya maeta nahata. Kui kisha matsaita nakasaishta nakusuya manashaeta. Umasaita nakuya mashae nakasaita nakusayata. Ukaishta na hosaya kia samakaeta. Oh, feeling expansion and love within. Your truth awakening, your remembrance of your soul as you're ready to step into a new path on your evolution, the new path of expansion with deep value of yourself, with connection to source, with full responsibility in this material world and spiritual world. Responsibility before yourself and responsibility for higher forces that are guiding us. Fully take responsibility of your actions, your thoughts, and the steps that you're taking. Grateful and thank you for Elena sharing her wisdom and knowledge and bringing that deeper into material world as we move into a new era of evolution, grounding our spiritual knowledge and wisdom and visions and dreams into this matter, into the physical, with as much joy, as much pleasure, as much juice and freedom as we can receive living in higher dimensional spiritual realms in here. Amen.
Thank you for the opportunity as well. It was a really great experience, and thank you for the opportunity to share with you my path and the tools that help me. And I hope they're gonna help you too. I believe in all of us.